everyone. It's time for the Fantasy Outlaws. It's week 11 in the NFL season, meaning it's getting closer to those playoffs for fantasy football. We've got a lot going on as always, so we're here today at the Vegas Golden Knights game. They're back home. Ed Graney, Adam Hill, we're all in the house here, and I'm Heidi Fang. We're going to give you all of the best options that are available right now on the waiver wire for your breakouts and for the bus picks, so you can get your lineups in order. So guys, how's it been? You're back from Canada? Where were you at?
I've been
Going to Canada.
on our way to Canada. We're heading up to the Great White North. In fact, when we're watching games on Sunday, we'll be in Canada.
Right.
But I believe you can still. Is it American football in Canada? If we're in Canada, we should call it American football.
We'll call it American football, yes. Last time we were in Canada, we got in a lot of trouble. But this time, we're just there to cover games, and we're not going to do anything illegal. That we would do that.
Can we discuss said trouble?
No, we're just kidding. We actually were in the playoffs last year with Winnipeg and the Whiteout, and Adam made a lot of friends, so it was actually a good time.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to getting back there. I won't be on that trip, but we're going to be here still delivering all of the advice. Let's get it started with the waiver wire picks. For me, I'm going to go with Anthony Miller from the Bears. I think that he's going to have another standout week as he has in the past couple weeks here. Everyone kind of thought Taylor Gabriel was going to fall into that role, but he hasn't. So Allen Robinson, another guy that you can look at, but he's kind of been hobbled with injury here and there. So Anthony Miller's been a go-to for Trubisky. That's who I'm going to go with. Ed, who are you going with?
Let me just say, Allen Robinson is no longer hobbled because I beat you 146-101 last week, and I didn't even play Allen Robinson, who had like 30 points. He's doing well. My waiver pick actually this week is a huge reach, I think, but I'll take him. Lamar Jackson. Flacco didn't practice yesterday. He didn't practice today. It might even be RG3 starting, but I'm going to take a waiver, kind of a leap that Lamar Jackson gets to start. We'll see if he can complete passes. That was his issues in the preseason. He's the only one of the five starting quarterbacks from the first round who has not started a game. So I'm going to take a chance that he starts this week, and if he can complete more than 50% of his passes, the way he can run and the way he can, as a run-pass option guy, take a shot at him. If your quarterbacks are out or you need a shot at a quarterback this week, I would take a shot at him.
All right, Adam.
I was going to go with Rashad Penny, but listen, you want no part of that Seattle backfield. You never know who's going to play week to week. Carson's a game-time decision every single week. Then you got Davis back there. Who knows? Penny broke out. I'm not going to trust him just yet. Plus, he still can't pass block, so they don't trust him in the game. I'm going to go Josh Dawson. I know he's 13% owned in our league. He's available in most leagues out there. He's a guy that has developed as a consistent weapon, especially in the red zone for Alex Smith, so I'll go Josh Dawson.
That's funny because I was actually going to go with Rashad Penny. In fact, we discussed it, and then I kind of thought the same thing. You just don't know Seattle's backfield. But I tell you, in the Seattle-Green Bay game, there is somebody that I'm going to pick to break out, and I'm going to go with Doug Baldwin. He's been in and out of injury. Another guy who since, I think, week 2, he said he wasn't feeling right. Finally, he's back. I think this is the game where he really gets back to being that number one that we've expected from him, especially in this Green Bay Packers game Thursday night, because it's one of those games where I think that there's a lot to be proven by both sides, going back to 2014 when they've had their kind of rivalry steaming. So that's who I'm going with. Who have you got, Ed?
The man from my Cowboys, Dak Attack. I'll go with Dak Prescott. 3 straight weeks of 21 points or more in PPR leagues. He's playing an Atlanta team that 7 of the last 8 quarterbacks they played had over 21 points. The way Ezekiel is running, obviously that opens up more for him. And let's be honest, Amari Cooper, 1 more week of practice with him, 1 more week of familiarization, and he's an X-Raider, which means he's going to be great for whoever he plays. He already has been that first game. So I'll say Dak has a good game. I don't know if they're going to win the game, but I think numbers-wise, Dak could do well.
All right, Adam, who's yours?
Well, my guy's, he's a star anyway. I know people are probably playing him, but I am going to go with Carson Wentz this week to just have a monster week. I know a lot of people have been a little bit down on him, but they're going to be playing against the Saints. They're probably going to lose. They'll probably be behind the whole way. They'll be throwing the ball. No weather concerns in a dome. I'll go with Carson Wentz to have a massive week at quarterback.
Sweet. He's one of my starters in another league. Not one of the one or two.
Not the league I beat you 146.
No, not that one. It was 109 in the end because Odell Beckham, he got another. Yeah, he got 2 touchdowns. I would have beaten like anybody else.
No, he needed 9
I always have that problem.
For you to catch up.
That's true. I'll give you that. All right, so let's move on here to the bus, like my team did against Ed's team in the last week's game that we had in that fantasy league. So the bus pick for me, I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins. He's facing a really tough defense. I don't think this is going to be one of those weeks where he's shining. He's had a lot of on and off weeks. A couple of weeks back, he only scored a single touchdown for your fantasy league. So I don't think that he's going to be the kind of guy to stand out here against a divisional opponent in the Bears. Adam, who have you got?
Listen, there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason behind this, except that I have him in a lot of leagues, and I'm very pessimistic now. I'm going to say with James Conner is a bust. Now, there's injury concerns, certainly, with the concussion protocol, everything else. But here's the thing. Le'Veon Bell's just kind of been hanging out there this whole season. When's he going to come back? What impact is it going to have? Now there's no more concern about Le'Veon Bell. Something just tells me something happens to James Conner. I think he gets hurt. He completely flames out. Something bad happens with James Conner. I have that kind of luck for sure. It's about to be playoff time. I have him on like every single league of all my 13. So I don't feel good about James Conner. Plus, Jacksonville defense, not too easy to put up points against. So that's my bust pick this week.
Ominous prediction. Very ominous. All right, Ed, who's yours?
I won't be rooting for injury as Adam did, but I actually will say, and I feel bad because this guy's on a few of my teams as well, but Joe Mixon. I think the offensive line's bad right now. You take A.J. Green out, so that's another weapon that Dalton doesn't have, so obviously it's easier to cover them in space, and the running game suffers because of it. But they're also playing a Baltimore defense that's only averaging about 3.4 yards per rush. I just think it's a bad week. It's a bad matchup for Joe Mixon. As much for anything as that A.J. Green's not in the lineup anymore. They're just not as powerful, so now you can key on Joe Mixon more than you would.
All right. So that is it for our Week 11 predictions. You can catch all of our work on reviewjournal.com. For Adam Hill and Ed Graney, give them a follow at Ed Graney on Twitter, at Adam Hill LVRJ, and I'm at Heidi Fang. Thanks for watching.